and I love you more after everyone.
Well, we met in high school. I was a junior, she was a freshman. I was new to the school, you know, and seen her in the hall one day. Told her friend she looked kind of good, you know. The feeling was mutual. The feeling was mutual. Okay, and then she used to skip class and just be in my class, you know, just trying to hang out with me. You know, we just took off like a rocket from there. Huh?
One of my childhood best friends is his first cousin. So that's how we initially met. We're both from Louisiana, same town, same county kind of, but it's weird because I feel like we've always circled around each other, but never really knew each other until like when we met in early 2000s. And it was from my best friend, which is his cousin.
He popped the question at Olive Garden with all of our family there. So that was an exciting.
So come on, dance with me, baby. Just wrap your arms around me, baby. Hold on tight like.
Yes, I can call the moment. It was probably the second time I seen her, and it was like cliche, like I knew that she was the one. Me personally, I try to do little trinkets. I would send little heart messages or something to her phone, or like the little stuff, you know, buy the little flowers, the unexpected flowers, because I'm not a expected type of guy, but she kind of hate that about me, but I'd rather do it just because versus because I have to.
The things we do, I feel like that keeps our relationship growing is just laugh with each other. You know, we're always laughing, including the kids. We just love dancing around, having a good time, joking. You know, I feel like that's what just keeps us going because she was my friend first. You know what I mean? So it allows us to grow in a relationship because she's the yin to my yang.
We've been through a lot of difficult times, but I feel like God has humbled us in those times in different ways, like individually and our marriage. Just being able to be humbled and understand that, you know, you're not untouchable. Things can happen to you. They can happen to your marriage. They can happen to your family, and it's all about how you bounce back, like you said. And I guess us being just grounded in God in our difficult times and just understanding that, you know, yes, we have faith in Him, but we also have to do the work in order for us to understand and really see, you know, what He's trying to show us in those difficult times. So faith played a big part in a lot of disappointments that have happened, or just things that have happened in our marriage.
Think back on some of the expectations you had before your marriage. It had to be between years 8, 9, and 10, because I honestly, the first 7, 8 years, we've been together like 17 years. So the first 7 to 8 years, we're like, marriage is amazing. Like, why were we tripping? Why didn't we do this sooner? But then there came a period where between 8, 9, maybe even year 10, yes, it was rough. I didn't think we were going to be together. It was the first time in our marriage where I felt we are not going to make this. I'm a planner, so I started setting some things up in my mind, some things I've even shared. You know, you take the house, you can rent these rooms out. Me and my kids are going over here. I mean, this is how I was feeling during those times. I wanted to change him. A lot of times in relationships, I can't speak for all men, but one thing that I always felt was an issue was just because you don't cheat doesn't mean you're Mr. Perfect and you don't have other areas you need to work on. And I think sometimes we think, as long as I'm not cheating, hey, everything's great. Everything was not really great. I was lacking in some areas too. So he wasn't happy either. for me, my relationship with God grew during that time when I took my hands off of the situation and I decided to not fix him, work on him, or even pray about him. Because a lot of times my prayer was like, God, you need to fix him. Even when I went to counseling.
To be honest, like in the past, I never really had expectations for marriage because there wasn't a lot of people in my family that really were married like that. You know, my grandparents, that was about it, you know. So like it was never really like me even thinking I would get married, you know. But honestly, saying that since I've been married, it changes my outlook on it because a lot of people think that your life's over, you know what I mean, once you sign that dotted line. But but the truth is like it's not, you know what I mean? It just allows you to start your own little family, you know, like now I feel like I have something to live for, you know what I mean, a reason, it gives me a reason to go hard every day to grind, you know what I mean, to take care of my home and everything because like I'm married and you know, that's the focus. I feel like it just, a lot of people can look at it different ways, but with the woman I have, you know, she just makes it, she just makes it great and it's a learning experience every day.
Our expectations. Well, for me, my expectations were a little different. I didn't really base it off of my parents or what anybody else had. For me, it was I had been married before a couple times in short periods of time, and they did not work out, and they were really bad. And it always seemed like I would date these people, and it was great. But then when I married them, it completely flipped. So when we first were married, that was what I was thinking, and that's why it was a hesitation. We were together about 5 years before we got married, because I was like, yeah, we're good now. If I marry you, then it may not be so good. But you know, that it didn't turn out that way for us. It's been good. Of course, there's been bumps, there's been life, but it's been good, and it's worked for us. And like he said, we found our way.
Feel like the most challenging thing for us about marriage is just being married young. You know, like not a lot of our friends, honestly, probably have like a couple friends that are married. You know, we don't have a lot of friends that are married, so we don't have a lot of people that are on the same level as us when it comes to being married. You know, a lot of people are single, living their life, you know what I mean, and doing other things. And right now we're just focused on building our foundation, you know what I mean? So a lot of people aren't really, you know what I mean? We don't have a lot of friends that are married. I feel like that's really the tough thing being young. And a lot of people just want us to fail because of all the, you know what I mean? Because we're so young and we're just, you know, we're growing each day, you know what I mean? A lot of people feel like we're not gonna make it, but you know, the sky's the limit, you know what I'm saying? I feel like we're gonna, till death do us part, you know what I'm saying?
I agree with that. It is hard to be married and, you know, stay married really when you have all these different opinions or views just because, you know, and a lot of them, they're not even married or in the same boat or even been married. So that's difficult, and it's also difficult to I guess just beat the expectation of what people have for us. I feel like a lot of people don't think we're gonna make it just because of starting off so young and us going through the things that we have been through.
But, you know, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger, you know what I'm saying? And I honestly feel like everything that we went through helped us be so strong together, honestly.
And humbled us.
It humbled us, you know,
Yeah.
but all in all, just allow us to have a bond that I feel like can never be broken. You know?
Challenging part about marriage, I would say, it's just being two totally separate individuals. She has her own mind and way of thinking. I have my own mind and way of thinking, and I think it should be blue. She thinks it should be white. Yeah, and we, you know, that's the difficult part about making the decisions. I mean, of how you was raised, your backgrounds. You're trying to bring these two totally different backgrounds together and make them work, and it's like,
I think compromising may be the biggest, because I'm a strong personality. I'm a strong personality, and I think he is too. He's set in his ways. He's no pushover. You have to be a strong personality to be married to me, I think. And I appreciate that because it gives me definite balance. It humbles me. Oh, I will say, because he gets me, I can totally and 100% be myself. I do not have to change a thing. And I like that. I can be me 100%. I don't have to sugarcoat. My mouth can sometimes be reckless. And he's not thrown off by it. Not that he always likes it, but he's not thrown off by it or turned off by it. And I'm working on it because I never want to be disrespectful or, emasculate him or anything like that. But, and I don't, and I haven't. But I can just be headstrong, and this is the way, and this is how we're gonna go. And he's good with that. He's good with letting me be independent.
That I love about this woman right here, honestly, besides how beautiful she is, I feel like it's just her drive and her determination. You know what I mean? She just every day she's somebody who makes me want to be a better person. You know what I mean? Like I saw that's just really it for me. Like ever since I've been with her, you know what I mean? Like she really like got me going back to church and everything. So I just feel like everything about her is just about us growing and it's all about positive. You know what I mean? And not the negative. And that's the type of person I'm all about, the positive and not the negative. And she just allows me